In this logic game, it's going to be the 90 prep test. And here we're going to have investigators trying to determine the order in which 5 successful phone calls were made. One call each, and then other, starting with Q, R, S, T, V. Each call with 2 types, local or non-local. Each the following facts has been established. Q was immediately before V, but at some time after Smith. Smith call was a different type than V call. So Smith, if Smith was local, then the V is going to be a different type. And I'm going to have to draw that one in there if that's okay. So Smith is local, that means that V would be non-local. Q and T were both local, so for that one I'm going to put Q, T, and I'm going to put local as well. The third call was non-local, so for N3, symbolizing non-local. Now, for the first question, I'm going to go ahead and solve it. Which if found could be an accurate list of the types. So, ask before QV, so Q, V is not immediately after, so I'm going to take that one out. QV, 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 and we have S before the other ones. That's good. S and V are different local calls, so S is local, V is non-local, S is local. Can't have both of them local. And if you look at my mouse, I'm targeting for the S and V. Q and T both have to be local, so Q and T both have to be local. And I see Q is non-local here. And the third position is non-local. And I have it as right here, the third position non-local. And we're going to go ahead and use that one as the representative, because that one's going to be the one that works. And for those of you guys wondering why exactly do we copy this at all, it's only because we have a sample to use, and the sample that we're using is accurate. And for those of you guys who are wondering if this answer is accurate or not, we're going to go ahead and submit it, and from there we can figure out if it is correct or not. So yes, it is correct. Now that was for question 1, so I'm going to put question 1 here. Now I'm going to go ahead and put question 2 with a space in between them. Ross was the second call, so Ross was the second call. So let me circle it right now, meaning that that's going to be the question, and Sally can't take that away. Then which of the following could be true? So if Ross was the second call, then it can go S. It can actually go SQV. And the reason why I'm going to put this to T, because T is going to be local, and Q is going to be local. S is going to be non-local, because it's in third position. S and V are going to be different types, which gives this guy question mark. So which of the following must be true? The first call is non-local. No. The second call is non-local. We're not too sure about that. The fourth call was non-local. No. The first call was local. Yep, that's actually what we're sure about. That the first call was local. The second call was a local. We don't know. So let's submit the answer here. And yep, we got it correct. Question 3. Tang was the fifth call. So we're going to put T here. And which of the following could be true? So if T is there, we could put Q. I guess we could put QV here. So it's going to be SQV R local. S and V are going to be, well, this is going to be non-local. S and V had to be different, and this we're going to put a question mark. Which of the following could be true? The fourth call was non-local. We're not too sure about. The second call was non-local. That's not true. The first call was non-local. That's not true. The Smith was the third call. That's not true. Ross was the first call. There's a limit that could be true. It's just the first one that we're not too sure about. So let's submit that answer, and we got it correct. Next one, if Roth was the local. So if Roth was local, then which line could be false? So let's just make Roth local in all scenarios if that's okay. So now we're using all these game sets right now, including the third one that we completed. So for this one, we're going to be solving big number 4. We're using these 3 game pieces. Okay, so which of the following could be false? Q was the 4th call. No, that's true. Ross was the 2nd call. That's true. For the reason why I'm saying that's true is because if I see it, it's true. Smith was the 2nd call. I do not see Smith being the 2nd call. I did see the other ones. T in the 1st call I see. B in the 5th call I see. I just don't see S. Smith in the 2nd. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that one as the one I do not see, which makes it false, and we got it correct. If the 1st call was non-local, then for a second, how many represents can their positions be determined? So we have to make it here where the first one's non-local. So the only way we can do this right now is just by getting S in here. So now we have that non-local. If we can go ahead and put T in here, or not T, B. Well, to make the first call non-local, we're going to have to use, I guess, R. So we're going to make R non-local. Now from there we're going to put, trying to see where we put Q at. So I guess we put Q here, V here. And then we're going to have to put S here with T here. So we're going to have to put local for Q and T. And then S is going to be non-local, and S V are going to be different. Status of local, non-local. So now I have this game piece right now for number 5, and they want to know if the first call was non-local, then how many of respective calls can their position be in the order of the call determined. So how many of the recessipants calls? So for recessipants, if the first call is non-local, I know I guess Q and V are going to be in place, and so is S. But for recessipants, I'm only going to have 3, only because of the positioning 1, 2, and 3. And when it comes to statuses, to be honest with you, the only ones I'm too sure about of the 3 recessipants is just T, Q, and V. So it will be these 3 right here, T, Q, and V, which I'm kind of sure about. And we're gonna go ahead and submit that answer, and we got it correct. And let's see if we can go ahead and see if we missed any questions. Submit. We have 100% on the first game. It took us 8 minutes. Let's go ahead and give a review. We got the first question correct using this Word document. We got the second question correct. We got the third question correct, 4th, and 5th. So that was pretty much it. If you guys need me to solve any logic games, please let me know. I'm kind of expert, available 24/7 on this. Thank you. Co-workers F, G, H, J, L, are planning to play table during lunch. There will be a total of 3 games of table tennis, each involving exactly 2 of the 6 co-workers. Each co-worker play exactly 1 game. The 3 games will take place one after another. The following condition of the govern who plays the first game. Neither F nor G can play the first game. So we're going to have F or G can play in the first game. Neither Jasmine nor Louis can play in the third game. So right now we have the conditions that I just wrote down that neither F or J can play in the first game. And the way I'm going to do that too, I'm just going to put it in red right here. I'm going to cross out F or J. Nor Jasmine and Louis can play the third game. So the way I'm going to do that, I'm going to go ahead and cross it out. The last condition is that G cannot play against J. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross that out. And then this is going to be the third condition right here. So it's either F versus G, F versus H. And that's the way it's going to be for the conditions I have written down right there. Question 6. Which of the following could be 3 games listed in order which they could occur? F is not allowed to play against G, so let's see if F is against G in any of these games. F is against G and B, so go ahead and eliminate that. That's called process elimination, taking out one choice at a time. J and L are not allowed to play in what you consider the third game. So neither, and it's not that F and G, it's actually that F and G can't play in the first game with each other. So we're seeing that F and G in the first game, they're not playing. Now in game 3, it's going to be J and L. So for choice for the first one, neither F or G is allowed to play. So let's look for F and G and take them out of the first game. So for choice A, I want to go and take off F because it was in the first game. Now I'm looking for J and L in the third game. I see L and B. I'm going to remove it. Now I'm looking for the rest of them right now. All the rest of them meet the condition. Let's see, G is not allowed to play with J. That's the last condition. Let's see where they are playing. That's in choice E. So right now, process elimination, I took out 2. I'm left with 2 variables, C and D. It says that the rule says that F has to play against G or H. Let's see if F plays somebody else. F's playing against J here, so that's not allowed. So process elimination brought us down to choice D. And also, if you want, you can go ahead and apply the rules that you will see that the information is available to that one choice only. So basically all these conditions here meet this rule that's available in choice D. And then the answer for this question is going to be D. J against M, H against L, and for game 3, F against G. Question 7. If Martha plays in the third game, Louis must play again. So we got Martha in the third game here in this 3 worlds. So for Louis, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put Louis in the first world, second world, third world. And I'm going to see where it doesn't work out. So J and L cannot be in the third world. So automatically we're going to be dealing with this 2 worlds right here. So J can't be playing third. So J's going to have to play either 1 or J's going to have to play either 2. F has to play against G, so I'm going to put F here, and I'm going to put F here, and I'm going to put G here, and then I'm going to put H here. Keep in mind that F and G cannot be in game 1, and F and H cannot be in game 2, so with that being said, we're going to have to put F around here. So far I have H, I'm going to put over here, it's going to be a little bit different. With game 3, J is not going to be allowed to go in there, so I'm going to go ahead and just put G. And then the last letter is probably going to be considered the letter L, which is going to go in game 1. L cannot go in game 3, so I'm going to go ahead and put G. I'm going to put L in 2. Then I'm going to put what you consider F against G. And then I'm going to put that last letter, the F, G, H, in here. So right on, I have these 2 worlds that I created that meet the conditions. 1, F and G are not in the first game. 3, J and L are not in the last game. Last condition, G is not allowed to play against J. And I have this rule here, either F against G or F against H. I'm going to put this F against H, putting J in here. And now we have 2 worlds that are properly ready to engage this question 7. Louis must play against, well, we have it right now that Louis, and if you guys don't see it right now, I'm going to go ahead and circle it for you. Louis is in game 1 playing against Jasmine. Louis is in game 1 playing against Jasmine. So since Louis is playing Jasmine, The only answer choice is going to be J. So go ahead and choose it. Answer D, Jasmine. Question 8. If Jasmine plays the second game, which one of the following could be the 3 games? So with that being said, F is not allowed against F is not allowed to be against going in the first spot. So I'm going to put F here. Then I'm going to put F here. Keep in mind that J and L are not going to be going in the third spot. So I'm going to go ahead and put L here. And then for F and G, F either has to play G or H. So G can be in this position. And then I'm going to go ahead and put F here. H could be here. J or L has to be in one. And then M is going to be in the first one. And then I'm going to have M here with the last letter H here. And seeing how this meets all the rules. F and G are not in the first game. J and L are not in the third game. F against G, F against H. G and J are not allowed to be playing each other. So for F, it's either going to be F against G or F against H. So these 2 worlds that we created right now, they meet the standards to go ahead and answer question 8. So let's go ahead and answer question 8 here. If Jasmine plays the second game, so Jasmine's going to be here. I'm going to put a dot next to it. Which one of the following could be one of the 3 games? F against H? That's true. F against Martha? That's not going to happen. G against L? Don't see it. G against M? This one doesn't even have a G, so let's just put the G in the, I guess we can do either way. This is in game 3, this one, so we can put G in here. So that's going to be a G right there. G against M? No. H against L? Don't see it. The only process of eliminations brought us to F and H, and also what you would consider. So keep in mind, for these 2 worlds that we created, G and J are now allowed to play against each other. So right now I have 2 worlds that the answer choices are properly to meet these standards. So so what do we see as possible? F against H, we don't see that possible. F against M, we don't see that's possible. And not only that, that's against the conditions because F has to play either G or H. So choice B is definitely out. G against L, we don't see it. And if you guys don't see it, just look at choice 8 right here. And if you see it, you see it. If you don't, take it out. G against M, I don't see it. H against L. Okay, so clearly we made a mistake. There is going to be an answer choice here. So we see that if J is in the second game, which of the following is going to be able to play? So one of these has to be true. So F against H, we don't see it. F against M is not allowed. G and L, we do not see. G and M, we don't see as well. And H and L, we have a difficult time seeing. Right now, I created another 3rd world, so I got 1, 2, 3 for question 8. I got J in the second position, F against G, J against M, and L against H. And all of these meet the condition, so let's go ahead and use this one. So for the second game, Jasmine plays F against H. We don't see F against M. We don't see G against L. We don't see G against M. We don't see H against L. We do see that one. Let's go ahead and choose it. Answer E, H against L. And for those of you guys who are having trouble seeing it, I'm going to go ahead and circle it right now so that way we can see it. And that's what we see game 3. We had to create another world for this one. So just keep in mind that for this one, for 8, we created the 3 worlds to go ahead and answer this question. Question 9. If F plays against H, which of the following must be true? So we're looking for F and H. So according to the rules here, I'm trying to look for a game piece that already has H inside of it with F, and here I found one right now with F and H are playing. So let's go ahead and use this world. A, F plays in the second game. That is true. H plays in the third game. Don't see it. Jasmine plays in the first game. I do see that one. Louis plays in the first game. I do see that as well. And Martha plays in the third game. I see all those to be true in this world right now. With F, what you considered playing with H. Let's see if we can use the condition. So we know that F and G cannot play in the first game. So that needs to be removed. We see that J and L are having a difficult time too playing in the third game according to the rules. So with this being said, we see that F is playing against it. So let's put F in another position. Let's see if we create another world here. So I have F playing G, or F playing H. I'm going to do F playing H on this game. Then I'm going to do J and L on this game. And then I'm going to do Martha and the remaining game piece. And this one. So right now we have two worlds where both of these have F playing against H. So starting again, F plays in the second game, that doesn't have to be allowed. J plays in the first game, that doesn't have to be true. L plays in the first game, that doesn't have to be true. M plays in the third game. Let me go ahead and read just these two right now to see if they make sense. These two worlds here for question 9, we're going to use these two where F and H are playing against each other. So for question 9, let's see if we see it. Let's go and choose it. So F is in the second game. Not true. F is in the third game for the first one. H is in the third game. H is in the second game. J is in the first game. We see J in the first game for both of these. And for those of you guys who don't see it, I'm going to go ahead and highlight it here, where you see J and you see J in the first game. So let's go ahead and choose that one as the option. So we have answer C. J plays in the first game. A company personal office is scheduled orientation session for 5 new employees. M, P, Q, S, T. There can only be up to 3 sessions. One on Wednesday afternoon, one on Friday morning, and one on Friday afternoon. Each employee is to be scheduled for exactly one of the sessions, subject to the following constraints. Q must be scheduled for a Friday session. S must be scheduled for an afternoon session. T must be scheduled for an earlier session than P. If there is a Friday afternoon session, more employee must be scheduled for the Wednesday afternoon session than for the Friday afternoon session. Question 14. Which of the following could be the schedule for the employee session? First condition, Q is on Friday. During an 8-day theater festival, it's actually 6 plays. G, H, J, L, M, O will perform. There will be exactly one perform each day, subject to the following constraints. The play performed on day 1 must also be performed on day 5. Same one for 1. It's going to be the same one for 5. The play performed on day 2 must also be performed on day 7. So 2 and 7. M and O can be performed on exactly consecutive days. Cannot. So go ahead and put MO. Let's go ahead and draw it out. And then there's it. For at least one perform of H, the next play performed must be So for one play, H is gonna have M, and this is only gonna be for what you consider only happening once, at the minimum. There must be performance of J at some time before there is any performance of H. So J before H. Question 18. Which of the following could be the order in which the plays are performed from first to last? From the condition 1 to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That meets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 meets 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everything meets from 1 to 5. So we're going to go ahead and put this in the position that's okay. 2 to 7. 2, 7, 2, 7, 2, 7, 2, 7, 2. That's not good on E, so eliminate E. Process of elimination, 2, 7 took out E. M, O cannot be next to each other for what you considered. And let's just verify it. M and O cannot be performed on consecutive days. If you look at choice C, it has M and O, so let's go ahead and remove choice C. HM 1 for one play. H is next. Okay, so HM's good here. HM is not good here. HM is okay here. J before H. J is after H and A, so go ahead and eliminate it. So let's make sure that there must be a performance of J at some time there is any performance of H. So J before H. So let's look for H, and we see J is before H here. Let's look for H, and we see J is after. So let's go to remove choice D. Process of elimination brings us choice A. Answer is going to be A with the following variables in order: G, J, H, M, G, L, J, O. So let me go and fix this up so it looks like it's proper. So G, J, H, M, G, L, J, O. So this would be the following what you would consider the proper world for this one. So this one works right now, so that's why I recorded it down. And with this one, we can actually refer back to it if we have any type of questions. Question 20. If O is performed on the third day, which of the following could be true? So we're going to have O signified, highlighted on the third day. That's not going to be able to move out the way. And we're going to go ahead and put the remainder of the variables as quickly as possible, with remembering that the information needs to be as followed, that 1 and 5 need to be the same. And we're going to have what you consider 2 and 7 is going to be the same. And then from there, we're just going to make sure we apply the rules that we have J before H. And this isn't going to work because we have to have H and M somewhere what you consider in a position. So let's put H and M here. And then I'm going to go ahead and put M over here because 1 and 5 have to be together. Now I'm going to leave what you consider, I'm going to have to put what you consider J here, just because it needs to be J before H. And then I'm going to put it in a position where I'm going to have L. Then I'm going to be in a position to put the final letter, what you consider the variable G. And this marks it off as a good world right now, so we're going to use this one to play with. G is performed on day 2. H is performed on day 2. L is performed on day 1. L is performed on day 7. M is performed on day 7. So right now I have created 2 worlds so that we can get a better choice which could be true. So for question 20, it says that G is performed on day 2. That could be true. So we can go ahead and leave that. It says H is performed on day 2. We don't see that. L is performed on day 1. That could be true. L is performed on day 7. We don't see that. M is performed on day 7. We do see that. So it's between these 2 that we don't see. For this question, I'm going to teach you a strategy, kind of known as the method, called coin flip. So for question 20, we're going to see that O has to be in the 3rd place. So what we did was put 3 worlds, and we put the two worlds where O is in the 3rd place. Now, for the L, it's going to be going in a position known as a coin flip, where you can have G underneath it, and the G on top in the second world is going to be going a coin flip. You can have L flipped with it. What that means that in another world, that L and G here, they can flip with each other. So it doesn't have to be L on top. It could be actually be G, and G here on top here, it could actually be flipped with L, or I could be actually flipped back to where it was with G. It's kind of known like consider a coin flip. So with this being said, we got two worlds. We're using the coin flip as one method, and then we're going to use a method known as process of elimination, POE. A, ghost is performed on the second day. If you look at day 2, we don't see G, and also we don't see a possible coin flip. So let's go ahead and eliminate it. With H is performed on day 2, we do see it right here. And for those of you guys who are having trouble seeing it, I'm going to go ahead and circle it for you. What I'm talking about, H is seen right here on day 2, the number position. So I'm going to put the number 2 right there so we can see it better. So with this saying could be true, you can just go ahead and select the first one, because it's not must be true. Must be true means that it has to be true no matter what. So this H will be seen in another world. So in other words, must be true would be considered like O, where O's in third position. That must be true in all the worlds. This is just asking for could be true, kind of consider a possibly what could be true, what could take place. And for could be true, you can select the first one that's considered sufficient. And for this one, H in the second place is sufficient, seeing how we don't see G possible second place. So with that being said, answer B, H is performed on day 2. For question 21, if H is performed on day 2, which of the following could be true? For this method, I fill out one word with H's in 2. I'm going to use the method called coin flip to fill this out as much as possible, show you what we can get from this. So we see J, H, O, L, J, G, H, M, and they want to know right now which of the following could be true. So it says G is in 1. G is not going to be able to 1, because if you do the coin flip trick, if you put G here, you see that H is in 2, and according to the conditions, J has to be before H. So we go remove choice A. J is on day 3. If you do the coin flip trick and put J in 3, you have J after H, and according to the conditions, J needs to be before H. So this condition right here is preventing the first 2 from allowing it to be an option. So go ahead and remove it. Now saying L is an 8, want to go ahead and make sure that's possible first. So what we want to do is just go ahead and do the coin flip trick as much as possible. Put L here. Now it says M and 4. To make that possible too, put M here, and O in 5th. So with O in 5th, O is going to be here, but according to the conditions, M and O is not going to be able to be in place, so O is not going to be able to be in that position. So let's go ahead and remove O as a now. And by filling this rest of the game piece out with the same rules applies, we see that J is going to be here, so J is going to be in 5th. H is going to be in 2nd, and then we're going to put H over here, and then from there we're going to have these 2 spots that are left. We see that H and M have to be together in somehow position. So with that being said, we're going to have a difficult time putting M over here in this position, because M has to be technically over here. So let's go ahead and remove M from that choice. Process of elimination, and also the coin flip was able to give us choice L. So let's see if we're correct, and the answer is going to be C. L is performed on day 8. I hope that trick kind of helps you out with the coin flip, just kind of like a fast way to being able to see which possibility is an option. And if we could just complete this game board, just so we can get just make sure that everything's complete in order. These 2 worlds work out together right now for this, so we can use these 4 worlds that we created to answer the remainder of the questions right now. And this is for question 21. So I'm going to put write down question 21 with H is going to be in what you consider the 3rd position. Question 22 is asking for a similar question. It wants to know if M is in the 2nd position, then what would be the possibility that we can see that determine what must be true? So this is going to be asked for must be true. So we already know that if M is already in that position, we have to have what you consider J before H, and then we're gonna have to have H before M. So let's just make sure that we have J here in this position right here. J is gonna have to be automatically in fifth, and since J is in fifth, M is gonna automatically be in what you consider this position right here, and that goes for all the worlds. They want what you consider an H in front of it, so we're gonna put H here. And we're going to put the O somewhere that's not next to J. And being advised, we got G. And with G, we can do what we could, a coin flip that it could be L. And also, we got L here. And just a little bit of a coin flip that it could be G. Now, according to the conditions, all of this world that we created right here meets the conditions. So let's go ahead and see if we can see what must be true. G is performed on day 6. We actually don't see that right now, so no. H is performed on day 3. We don't see that as well. J is performed on day 1. That actually must be true. L is in 8. We also see that as possible as well. And O is in 4. We do see that as a possibility as well. So the last 3 we do see as a possibility. Let's just make sure that we can go ahead and make sure this is in the conditions. J, 1, 5, 2, 7, M, O, and then you're going to have J before H, and H and M have to be next to each other. Okay, so let's see if J could be in 1, that's allowed. L could be in 8, that is going to be allowed as well. O is going to be in 4, that also is allowed. So with these 3